All right, so we're going to look at what having a proper profile and balance on your skate can do for you. And we're going to see also a couple other sort of mechanical secrets to kind of quote Jason Yee, if you will. Okay? Mechanical advantages. So the first thing I want you to watch is I want you to watch what this skater is able to do with their inside foot, with their left foot, okay? The motion really starts right here. And you can see how much of that blade is on the ice. They're sitting nice and flush. They're already on their outside edge, okay? And then as we continue, we're gonna see her have this really strong ability, this clear ability to flex that ankle. And then right there, you can really see that she's just laying that boot down. We're going to see another angle from this. We're going to see something you're going to see it again, okay, from a different angle as she does a second crossover. But right here, I can tell you that outside of her boot is touching, okay? Now, if we first talk about the radius, and we talk about the fact of if you have a low radius, if you have less blade on the ice, this is going to be harder to do, okay? And so if I zoom in a little bit, you can see how flush that sits, okay? Imagine if that rocker, that radius is cut to a narrower radius, it's going to be harder to do that, okay? But you can also see that she has really good shin angle, right? And you can see that I like to monitor the tendon guard, right? And we're going to see this little flick. So we're going to see, it's hard to see, but you can imagine if you were on the side, you could see that there was space between the tendon guard and the blue part of her sock there on the back of her shin, back of her calf, okay? And then you're going to see as she progresses through this, how she's able to keep her toe engaged, and right there, that tendon guard snaps shut. And if we look from the tendon guard down to the bottom right by the toe of her skate, you can see that right there, the toe of her skate is still engaged. It's still engaged, right? And her boot is definitely touching the ice right there. And it finally comes up as she pulls away from it, okay? So there's this final little engagement. Well, that's what all of our power skating instructors are telling us to do, right? Is to give that final flick of that ankle. What you can see here, or what you can't see here, is the fact that Edith is wearing a special set of blades that I believe enhances the geometry of the skater's ability to lean or to lay that boot down. I'll go into that in a different video, but the combination of the three, okay, we've got the profile, the balance, and then this enhanced geometry on this blade, allow her to do this, okay? And I don't have the larger, more zoomed out video queued up, but what you'll notice is that she'll stay very, very level throughout this. Her head is along the boards, the top of the boards, and you can see it just planes along really nicely. Her upper body stays very quiet because she's able to maintain the pressure in that blade for so long that she's not sort of falling and sort of stumbling, okay? And if we keep going a little farther forward, we're going to keep looking at her left boot, okay? And it's going to come back into view in a second. There we go. And then right there, you can see it looks like she kind of laid it down again, okay? Now this time, there isn't as much articulation of the ankle. If I back it up and I look here, when she's fully engaged right there, okay, as that skate is leaning over, you can see that there's a decent amount of articulation of that ankle, right? So her shin bone comes down, and then the ankle is the foot is at a different angle. It's bent at the ankle, Okay, now I think that's something that a lot of people have a hard time doing, and they try to keep their ankles straight. And so this is part of what I was saying about Jason Yee and Train 2.0 is talking about these things and talking about how that ankle articulation is what helps keep that blade in the ice longer. Again, along with the way the blade is set up from a profile and balance standpoint, and then the geometry of the blade itself, but bending that ankle allows for that connection to remain. Now, if we look on this one, we'll see that it didn't look like she bent that ankle near as much. Okay, that's fine. In the video, she's skating towards the wall to pick up a rim puck as a defenseman, and she's going to kind of pull it back to get ready to shoot, okay? So it doesn't always have to be like that. It doesn't always have to be as our full articulation, but you can definitely see that she starts articulating this ankle way before she ever gets to where she's actually lifting her foot up. Not way before, right? That's a little exaggeration, but before, okay? So she's going to start to lift that right foot up, and you can see that that ankle kind of collapses inward, and that sort of helps kind of bring that right foot and kind of throw that right foot over, okay? And then that under push, that movement right there, okay? It's really strong, really powerful, and gives that little added burst to maintain that speed, okay? And so sort of in review, in summary, what we're looking to do is we're looking to maximize these things with the geometry of our blades, okay? And I'm not